Every single month, without fail, the rent is due. $1,200, or $1,500, or $2,000. Depending on where you live, rent is probably your single biggest monthly expense. You trade your time for money, then immediately hand that money to your landlord. But what if your investments paid your rent instead? What if a portfolio of dividend-paying stocks deposited money into your account every single month specifically to cover your rent? That's exactly what we're building today. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete step-by-step blueprint for building a dividend portfolio that generates enough passive income to cover your rent every single month. I'm going to show you which dividend stocks and ETFs to buy, how much you need to invest, how to build it from scratch, and the exact strategy to maximize your dividend income. This is one of the most practical investing goals you can have. Let's build it. Quick disclaimer before we dive in. Everything I share is purely educational, based on my 10+ years of personal investing experience in stocks and crypto. I am not a licensed financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Dividends are not guaranteed and can be cut at any time. Every investor's situation is different. Please do your own research and consult with qualified financial professionals before making investment decisions. With that said, let's build this dividend portfolio. Before we build the portfolio, let's make sure we understand exactly what a dividend is. When a company like Apple or Coca-Cola makes a profit, they have two choices. They can reinvest that profit back into growing the business, or they can share some of it with their shareholders. When they share it with shareholders, that payment is called a dividend. As a shareholder, you get paid just for owning the stock. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to sell the stock. You simply hold it, and the company sends you a payment, usually every 3 months. So if you own 100 shares of a company paying 23 cents per share quarterly, you receive $23 every 3 months just for holding those shares. Now multiply that across dozens of dividend-paying companies, and you can see where this is going. Now let's talk about dividend yield, because this is how you measure how much income a dividend stock pays you. Dividend yield is simply the annual dividend payment divided by the stock price. So if a stock costs $50 per share and pays $2.50 per year in dividends, the yield is 5%. That means for every $100 you invest, you get $5 per year in dividend income, or about 42 cents per month. Now, yield can range dramatically. Low-yield stocks between 1% and 2% are usually growth-focused companies like Apple or Microsoft. They pay small dividends but grow quickly. The sweet spot for dividend portfolios is 3% to 6%. Companies like real estate investment trusts, utilities, and blue-chip corporations. High yield above 7%? Caution. A very high yield can sometimes signal the company is struggling and the dividend might be cut. We want solid, sustainable dividends in that 3% to 6% sweet spot. Here's the critical question. How much do you actually need invested to cover your rent through dividends? Let's reverse engineer this. Say your rent is $1,200 per month. That's $14,400 you need per year from dividends. If your portfolio earns an average dividend yield of 5%, you divide $14,400 by 5%. The answer? $288,000. Now, before you close this video in panic, stay with me, because I'm going to show you how to build toward that number starting from wherever you are today. If your rent is $800 a month, you need about $192,000. $2,000 a month rent, about $480,000. The formula is simple. Monthly rent times 12 divided by your average portfolio yield. That's your target portfolio size. Now let's make this real with a timeline. Building $288,000. If you invest $500 per month at 8% annual return, including dividend reinvestment, you reach the goal in about 18 years. If you invest $1,000 per month, you get there in about 13 years. $2,000 per month, about 8 years. The key accelerant? Reinvesting your dividends during the building phase. Instead of taking dividend payments as cash, you reinvest them to buy more shares, which pay more dividends, which buy more shares. It's compound interest working through dividends. And you don't have to start at these amounts. Start with whatever you have. The goal is to start, then increase as your income grows. Here's your complete dividend portfolio blueprint. I've designed it to balance income, growth, and safety across 5 categories. 40% goes into dividend ETFs. These are your core, your foundation. 30% into individual dividend stocks. 15% into REITs, which are real estate investment trusts, 10% in preferred stocks, and 5% in high-yield bonds. This diversification means you're collecting dividends from hundreds of different companies across multiple sectors. If one company cuts its dividend, the impact on your overall income is minimal. Combined, this allocation targets a portfolio yield of 4.5% to 5.5%. At $288,000 invested, that generates between $13,000 and $15,800 per year in passive dividend income, enough to cover rent. Now let's break down each section in detail. Layer 1, Dividend ETFs, your 40% foundation. These are your set-it-and-forget-it holdings. 4 strong options here. First, VYM, Vanguard's High Dividend Yield ETF, holds over 400 high-dividend U.S. stocks, yield around 3.1% with a very low fee of 0.06%. Second, SHAD, Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, one of the most popular dividend ETFs, holds 100 high-quality dividend stocks with a yield around 3.5%, also 0.06% fee, an absolute favorite in the dividend investing community. Third, DVY from iShares, focusing on U.S. companies with high dividend payment history at about 3.8% yield. And fourth, DGRO, the iShares Core Dividend Growth ETF, lower yield at about 2.3%, but focuses on companies that grow their dividends over time, meaning your income increases every year. A combination of 2 or 3 of these gives you massive diversification with minimal effort. Layer 2 is individual dividend stocks, your 30% allocation. Here we focus on what the investing world calls dividend aristocrats and dividend kings. These are companies that not just paid dividends, but have actually raised their dividend every single year for 25 plus or 50 plus consecutive years, through recessions, market crashes, pandemics, everything. First, Coca-Cola, KO, over 60 years of dividend increases, yield around 3.1%. Second, Johnson & Johnson, J&J, a dividend king with over 60 years of increases. Third, Realty Income, ticker O. This is a special one because it pays dividends monthly rather than quarterly, yield around 5.5%, perfect for covering monthly expenses like rent. Fourth, Procter & Gamble, P&G, another dividend king at over 67 consecutive increases. Fifth, AbbVie, ABBV, a pharmaceutical company with a strong yield around 4.5%. These companies have survived everything the world has thrown at them and kept paying shareholders throughout. Layer 3 is REITs, real estate investment trusts, at 15% of your portfolio. This is how you collect real estate income without buying property, dealing with tenants, or fixing anything. A REIT is a company that owns income-producing real estate, apartment complexes, office buildings, shopping centers, warehouses, and they're legally required to pay out 90% of their taxable income as dividends. That's why REITs typically have the highest dividend yields of any category, often between 4 and 7%. 3 strong options. Realty Income, ticker O, already mentioned in our stocks layer because it's that good. Monthly dividend payments at around 5.5% yield. VNQ, Vanguard's REIT ETF, which holds diversified real estate across dozens of REITs. And STAG Industrial, which focuses on warehouses and industrial real estate. REITs make up a small but crucial high-yield portion of your dividend portfolio. Layers 4 and 5 are your stability cushion, 10% in preferred stocks and 5% in high-yield bonds. Preferred stocks are a hybrid between stocks and bonds. They pay fixed dividends like a bond, but they trade on stock exchanges. The critical advantage, preferred shareholders get paid before common stock shareholders. If a company has a rough quarter, preferred dividends get paid first. Yields typically run between 5 and 7%. For bonds, we're allocating just 5% to high-yield corporate bonds through ETFs like HYG or JNK. These are bonds from companies paying higher interest rates. Combined, these 2 layers provide steady, predictable income that cushions your portfolio when the stock market gets volatile. They're your portfolio's shock absorbers. Now let's talk about how actually to build this portfolio step by step. I've broken it into 3 phases. Phase 1 is your foundation, from $0 to $25,000. Keep it simple, just 2 ETFs, 60% SCHD and 40% VYM. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Reinvest every dividend payment. Focus on consistent monthly contributions. Phase 2 is growth from 25,000 to 100,000. Now you add complexity. Keep your core ETFs and add VNQ for real estate exposure, plus 3 to 4 high-quality dividend stocks like KO, J&J, O, and P&G. Still reinvesting all dividends. Phase 3 is income harvest at 100,000 plus. This is when you bring in the full 5-layer portfolio and begin deciding whether to start taking dividends as cash or continue reinvesting depending on how close you are to your rent coverage goal. Start simple, add complexity as your portfolio grows. Complexity before scale is just confusion. Now let me introduce your secret weapon. DRIP, which stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. Here's how it works. Instead of taking your dividend payments as cash, you automatically use them to buy more shares of the same stock or ETF. Those new shares then generate more dividends. Those dividends buy more shares, on and on. It's compound interest working through dividends. The numbers make this very compelling. Take 2 investors, both putting $500 per month into SCHD for 10 years. Investor A takes dividends as cash every quarter. Investor B reinvests every dividend through DRIP. After 10 years, Investor A has about $87,000. Investor B has $108,000, $21,000 more from the exact same monthly contribution. DRIP turns time into a superpower. Most brokerages let you turn on DRIP with one click. Turn it on immediately during your building phase. 5 ways to maximize your dividend income. 1. Focus on dividend growth, not just current yield. Companies that grow their dividends every year, like SCHD's average of 11.5% annual dividend growth, eventually pay you far more than a static high yielder. 2. Stagger your payment schedule. Different stocks pay dividends in different months. By carefully selecting holdings, you can engineer a portfolio that generates income every month of the year, not just quarterly. 3. Use tax-advantaged accounts. Hold dividend stocks in a Roth IRA where qualified dividends grow tax-free. This can save you thousands in taxes over decades. 4. Never chase yield blindly. That 10% yield might be a company about to slash its dividend. Stick to the 3 to 6% sweet spot, unless you've done deep research. 5. Always check the payout ratio. This is dividends paid divided by earnings. Under 60% is safe. Over 80% and the company might be paying out more than it sustainably can. These 5 rules separate investors who build durable income from those who get burned by dividend traps. Let's bring it all together. Your dividend portfolio has 5 layers. Ground floor, your 40% foundation of dividend ETFs. SCHD, VYM, and DGRO. Second floor, 30% individual dividend stocks, KO, J&J, O, and PG, and ABV. Third floor, 15% REITs, O, VNQ, and STAG. Fourth floor, 10% preferred stocks, ROOF, 5% high-yield bonds. Build this to $288,000 at a 5% average yield, and your portfolio generates approximately $1,200 every month in passive dividend income, enough to cover rent. Build in 3 phases. Start with just SCHD and VYM. Add layers as you grow. Activate the full portfolio when you reach 100,000. Turn on DRIP throughout the building phase. Focus on dividend growth stocks that raise payments every year. Check payout ratios, avoid yield traps, stay consistent. Every month you contribute and reinvest brings you one step closer to a portfolio that pays your rent while you sleep. Start today. Every month matters. If this blueprint gave you a clear path to building a dividend portfolio that covers your rent, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Every week on the Investing Whiteboard, I break down investing concepts this simply, using real experience from over a decade in the markets. In my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to analyze a dividend stock before buying it, including how to check the payout ratio, dividend history, and financial health of any dividend-paying company. That knowledge will make you a much sharper dividend investor. Drop a comment below and tell me what's your monthly rent amount that you want your dividend portfolio to eventually cover. I'm genuinely curious and I love seeing the range of goals in the community. It's motivating for everyone. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can either pay your rent with your paycheck or build a portfolio that pays it for you. The second option just takes time and consistency. Start today. See you in the next one.